Simpsons writer shares how the Death Note parody was made. During the Simpsons parody of Death Note on last night's Treehouse of Horror, the Simpsons writer Carly Omini live tweeted Easter eggs and behind the scenes information and how the episodes came to be. In the sequence, Lisa takes on the role of Light Yagami and uses a Death Tommy instead of Death Note at first to kill Gilbert and prevent him from hurting a cat. After this, she turns to killing of people whose actions are destroying the planet and worsening climate change. Anyone who's watched the Death Note anime would notice the care that went into the scene of Lisa writing names in the tome. From the music to the camera angles to the action-packed writing, but the Lisa, like Light, has a deal with L on her trail. The Death Note parody has a happier ending than the original Death Note. Lisa does, after all, have more of a moral center than Light. And while some things have been altered, the episode was clearly made by people who knew they appreciated the original. Omini was not listed as the writer of the sequence, but explained that she was behind the pitch, and to contain her son and niece for the idea of a Death Note. My mother is Japanese and I grew up in Hawaii. As a child, I was obsessed with Princess Knight. I just wanted to be a badass sword fighter in opera gloves. I spent my many recesses with my knee socks on my arms, imagining that I looked like this. I told my son Kai and my niece, Samantha, that I wanted to do something that reflect my heritage. They both said, practically in unison, you should do Death Note. We pitched out the story as a group. Then we sent the brilliant Ryan Cole off the write draft. Ryan came back with a very funny script. The cage cutlet, extra cute Phil, and the human race is 20 cow farts away from the total extinction. Our pure Ryan Cole. The Simpsons used South Korean studio DR Movie, a studio that worked on Death Note, to animate the sequence. And Omini was very complimentary of the studio's work. The dark clouds at the beginning, the rain against the window, and the lightning strikes when he first met Steve Johnson are so lovely. Director Eon is truly a master of mud. She also made sure we noticed which characters had been turned anime style. This shot has Marge, Lisa, Gilbert, Kent, Brookman, Santa's little helper, and Grandpa. The infamous notebook writing scene. This sequence is so iconic to any Death Note fan. It was very important to get it right. DR Movie did amazing work on Bill Costume's music, really delivers musically. I've been over this sequence. One of the changes in the parody was the fact that Lisa had to come up with a new way for people to die each time it could repeat herself. Death Note has a lot of complicated rules. We are this one. Lisa having to come up with more and more imaginative ways to kill help us brings some humor to, well, killing. She admired the ending shot of the sequence. This may be the most beautiful shot in The Simpsons history. Thank you, DR Movie Director O. Eom, Mr. Jeong, Subin Jeong, Ken Dor, Mike Undersaw, and Richard Ranis. And there was plenty more to share. A little thread about the process that brought us this amazing anime Death Tommy sequence. Once the room pitched out the story and Ryan wrote the script, we were ready for the table read. We need to show people unfamiliar with anime what Lisa will look like in style. Ron Oliver suggested I work with assistant director Dane Romley to come up with a quick drawing of anime Lisa. And Death Note's realistic style, Lisa's strapless, lampshade dress will look skimpy and stiff. Light's blazer over a red dress with pearls was a good meeting place between Lisa and Light. To quickly convey this, with my limited drawing skills, I drew over a screen grab. Then Dane did a better version. We decided to emphasize her Simpsons, sensitive eyelashes, and to make her complexion a little townier to kind nod toward yellow, but still within the natural humor range. So these quickly put together images were what we showed during our Zoom table read, which happened at the end of October 2021. It worked. People were excited by the idea. We continue trying to mimic anime style ourselves. Our animators are well versed in many different styles. At one point, they told me that our characters blink more often than anime characters, so they asked which blink grade did I want to use. I tried to make my face hide the fact that, despite being in the show for more than 2 decades, I didn't not know our characters blink. Our storyboard artist, led by the brilliant Marsh Cofield, knew enough about anime to come up with a kind of staging that was typical of the style. The extreme close-ups, the split screens, Rob Oliver and his crew got the cinematics to the animatic stage. It was Richard Raines who said, To do this right, we need an anime studio. We researched and found DR Movie, headed by Mr. Jiang, and the extraordinarily talented director Eom. That was in March 2022, which means DR Movie had a very short amount of time. I held that they had our rough animation with most of the staging workout, and that it was only 7 minutes long, but they had a lot of work to do. The Air Movie's production coordinator Sabin Jiang served as translator to myself, Matt Selman, Mike Undersaw, Tom Klee, and Chunkings. Ken Dior served as animation producer with Richard Reines. What DR Movie was able to create in a truncated timeline is astounding. On top of our already monumental ask, we wanted to clip the play on Comic Con. You need to get a 90-second clip ready by July 2022. They did it, and it was a huge bit to Comic Con. Despite the language barrier and the fact that we were half a world way away in Korea, it all went incredibly smoothly. Every design the clip that came back was extremely beautiful. I'm so happy for the world to finally see. The Death Note parody also had some Easter eggs for past Simpsons episodes, like the one with Mr. Sparkle. Tofu is, of course, based on Maru the cat, who, in his heyday, was the most watched animal on YouTube. Tofu likes to slide into Mr. Sparkle's boxes. Here's some stuff you may not have caught. You're ready to see all the Death Note Tommy rules, but here they are. The rules in red are the ones who knew will be obscured. How the house combined Lighthouses and the Simpsons house. We asked director Eom to make the Simpsons house similar to Light's house in Death Note, but with Simpson-y touches sprinkled drawn out. Sounds like one of Lisa's bedroom, a quarantine scroll in the kitchen. How Homer became an anime character. I sent references to guide about how we wanted Homer to look. The regular Eom added the M in Homer's hair and the drunken blush. I asked that Homer be cute and likable. I think he absolutely is. Some concept art from Marge. Everything DR Movie did was fantastic. Director Eom, Mr. Jiang, Sabin Jiang, you're all true artists. Every design was like a present. How they stuck in more references. We wanted the CD to have a signage that refers to the Simpsons. DR Movie will send requests like this. Mike Undersaw and myself will decide which sign goes where. We would send them our artwork, which they were free to alter to make more anime. Here's Lisa confronting Elle. When they were working off our animatic, DR Movie added a lot of their own stylish and imaginative staging. And getting it on the fandom, she also shared some fan art. That is beautiful. As a Death Note fan, I got receipts to do this.